how to stay on the healthy lifestyle wagon when your family is not on that wagon is the question I will be answering on today's episode of Ask Nutritionist Deepa. And to help me answer that question and brainstorm with me some of the strategies, I have my dear friend Shawna Coronado, who is the author and motivational speaker and a wellness coach and many other things.
I do all that stuff. I do.
You know all that stuff. So Shawna, welcome to Ask Nutritionist Deepa, and you came to me with that question, and here we are.
Here you are. But I have to say, how many, I've asked you thousands of questions, Deepa. Not just this one. I'm texting you at 3 a.m. saying, help me. How do I manage this? So I am so grateful for all of your answers. They're fantastic.
That's awesome. So today we are going to tackle a big one, right? Because it's pretty much every person's story that when they try to make a change and they're trying to eat healthy or physically active, so on and so forth, and they have a family member, friend, colleague, whoever, um, who is not supportive, and it's extremely frustrating for that person. So uh, you seem to have some personal experience in that department. So, so
You're being so nice about that, Deepa. She knows my family well. And so I started on a health journey 20 years ago, and I thought I really understood and knew what health was, and I did not. And in 2015, I was diagnosed with severe degenerative osteoarthritis of the spine. And I called Deepa literally crying, sobbing in pain and desperate for her help. And she canceled all her appointments for that day and had me come over. And it was the first day of the rest of my life because your guidance in eating smart nutrition saved my life and changed my life forever. Truly, truly, it really did. And here's the difficult thing, and here what we're talking about today and why I asked the question. I've been married 22 years. I am still struggling to get my husband and the rest of the family to eat well. And for years and years, I've been trying to force the issue, push my diet, my lifestyle, my everything on them. And what's happened is intense emotional frustration for all of us. Yeah. Me trying to change anyone is not going to change them. It's just nagging.
Absolutely. But Shawna, you took the first and the most important step that I ask many of my clients, patients to do, which is, guys, let's first take care of ourselves. Let's put the mask on our oxygen mask on our face first. Get the energy, your own well-being up and running, and then spend time on others. And
absolutely, yes.
That's what you have done, right?
And I have, and well, just recently, especially, you were right about that oxygen mask. When you're crashing and your diet's crashing and you're being crashed into the ground with the airplane, they always say the first thing you should do is put your own oxygen mask on. And isn't that the truth? So all of these years I've been trying to force my family, and now my kids are older. So really it's me and my husband. And here I am trying to force him to fit into a round hole when he's a square peg. That just doesn't work. And so I decided that the best thing for me to do would be to kind of wash my hands and say, I am no longer going to try to push you to eat well or be well. I'm not doing that because when I spend a lot of time doing that, my mental health declines because I'm not putting the oxygen on me. I am trying to force someone else to be something that they are not. And that then makes your own health decline because Absolutely. You're not able to take care of yourself.
Absolutely. So first strategy, guys, is, you lead by example, focus on yourself, get your life organized, get your diet up and running, and then slowly, without nagging. Number two, without nagging, without going over all the research studies and without saying, hey, we should be doing this, and your diabetes, if you don't take control of it, this is going to happen. Trust me, the person who is suffering, so to speak, maybe in denial as well, that, oh, well, I have diabetes, but I haven't lost my kidney yet. It's
So
denial.
I'm fine.
It's all fine. It's all
I'm
fine.
fine. I'm
And
fine. It's all good. No, but this is it, is that there's all kinds of excuses. And here's the deal is when we do not try to fix ourselves first, we're making an excuse, because a lot of the people that I'm a coach, and a lot of the people that I work with in wellness, the first thing they say to me is, I can't eat that way because my spouse will not eat that way,
correct.
which means that I can't, we can't do that. We have to do what they want to do, not what I want to do. I understand the argument without a doubt, but here's what I've done is I take my food for the day, for the week, I prepare it for myself. I prepare enough for everyone.
Yeah.
If someone else wants to join in my healthy eating, they are more than welcome. I prepare more than enough on purpose so that I can share that. And if that doesn't happen, then I take those, I make them into leftovers. I do little meal plans, where I make my own meals. I freeze them or refrigerate them. And then the question everyone says, well, what about your spouse? Well, he's on his own. He can pick if he wants to fix something that's unhealthy or that is something that I'm not cooking. He's a grown person. He can have what he would like.
That's
And
right.
I'm letting it go, because my obsessing over somebody else's well-being isn't improving my own.
That is so true. And from psychology perspective, because we do medical nutrition therapy, from therapy perspective, I also feel that when you pay attention to somebody's negative behavior, sometimes you are fueling that behavior subconsciously. Your partner, your spouse, your child may be reacting back to you, almost as a defense. You don't want them to get into that defensive mode, right? So it's like, you are really extracting negative emotions from them by putting so much limelight on their negative behavior. Instead,
Focus on it.
focus
Yes.
on
Yes.
them. Instead, like sometime, I mean, I tell some patients that, like a toddler who is throwing a tantrum, the best thing is to leave him or her alone. And this is, I guess, the approach we may have to take with our family members, that, you are having a tantrum, you are negative.
Let it
We are
go.
just going to leave it there. We are just going to leave it there. So
Yeah, but that's it. Trying to somebody who is resistant to healthy eating,
yeah,
that's, they're resistant to it and they have to come to it on their own. It's much like addiction. If you're addicted to sugars or to junk food, ultra processed food or whatever, you have to make that decision to let it go. I can't control that whatsoever. And part of the secret to this that's worked for me is I also don't buy junk food. I have no junk food that is significant in my house. I have almond flour crackers. I just had a couple for lunch. Woo woo. That was like a big junk food. But I don't buy cookies. I don't buy a lot of junk. And then no one has access to that unless they purchase it themselves.
correct.
And buy it for them. And of course that can happen. But I don't keep it here. And so therefore it's convenient not to eat it for everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the other thing is, if some families, if they have young kids and where you don't want to completely shut everything down, then my strategy would be, hey, buy one package of cookies or chips and put some sort of a regulation around it, that this package is going to last for a month. If you guys decide to finish it in a week, that's it. Most important thing is, do not become a short order cook or a short order shopper for your family.
Yeah.
There is
Where you're cooking for everyone's taste and everyone's, that's madness.
that is
And
madness.
that's stress.
Exactly.
And so whoever is cooking in the house is working full time, typically, and also cooking 3 meals a day in the evening when they come home from work. My goodness.
I know.
That's enormous stress. And we don't, and okay, so I have to tell you a bit of the conclusion of what's happened in my own life is that I am still supportive of my spouse. I go to the doctor with him and, we we talk all the time about how we can support one another, and it's been fantastic. But I have said I'm not going to deal with it anymore. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm not going to focus on that food issue and health. And what's happened is I have a weight lifted off of my shoulders. I feel so much better about myself and my own food plan because I don't have to stress anymore over that. Now, where does this lead him or her, if you have a, whatever your spouse or partner is that you're living with? First, let's get our priorities straight and work on yourself. And then all of this will start to come together in the future, or it won't, but you won't know until you at least get started, fixing your own good health.
And letting go of it, letting go of that control that, oh, he or she should be doing this. Just letting go in general releases a lot of stress.
It really does.
So talking about stress, wouldn't you say that one of the stress management technique, because this whole thing is frustrating, trust me, making healthy food and nobody eating it, or you make healthy food and then you see junk being ordered. It's not a fun spot to be in, right? So we all need stress management to deal with that. And exercise, would you say?
100%. This is, in fact, studies have been done, and the focus is on, you must, while you're eating a quality food plan or dieting or whatever it is that you're doing that's related to food, you must exercise simultaneously. That the exercise keeps you on your food plan, and the food plan keeps you on your exercise plan. So my exercise plan, because I have severe spinal osteoarthritis, is not what a 16-year-old's would be. It is, I can't do heavy duty exercise. I can't even go to a gym really, because that I would over stress on those machines. Can't do that. What I need to do every day is walk. And if I can walk a little every day, I try to get 5,000 steps minimum if I can. Walk every day. Every other day, I also do my therapeutic exercises from my therapist, which is like yoga, calisthenics, that sort of thing. So I'm strengthening my core. I'm walking every other day or so, and I'm doing movement. That movement triggers me to eat right. And here's how it works. I get up in the morning and I am not allowed to have breakfast until I exercise. So that's the rule. So I exercise first, and then I can have my breakfast. I have coffee first, though. I do have coffee because, come on, caffeine. I'm not giving up caffeine right now, but I exercise and then I eat. Now, here's what happens. When I wake up, the first thing I think of is, ooh, I have to exercise, and then I'm going to have this good breakfast.
Correct.
It kicks off every day with a positive. And I'm far more likely to do both if I'm doing them both together. So that's what I want to encourage.
Yeah, and stay sane during the day because you have taken the right first step.
Oh, exactly. And in fact, I mean, I think that overall I'm less stressed because of the exercise as much as the nutritional value of the foods that I'm eating. But you taught me, I mean, when we were first starting on this journey way back in 2015, I can't believe it's been that long, that it's all about reducing chronic pain through anti-inflammatory foods. Correct. And so eating less of those ultra processed foods and eating way more vegetable. And now I'm not a vegan, I eat meats, but I don't go crazy with them. I'm far more likely to eat eggs and that sort of thing. And every morning I have a breakfast salad.
Yes.
Other people don't like it. We've talked about this so many times. We have to do a show on breakfasts.
That is true.
Because why do Americans only think that donuts are what breakfast is about?
Or why does it have to be cereal? Who is watching us when we are eating breakfast? That's what I say. Let's do,
Oh, sometimes I eat, if I ran out of salad, or I don't have an egg available or whatever, I will eat leftovers from the previous day for breakfast. It's delicious.
I mean, why not? Why not? Really. So really, it comes down to making sure that you are taking care of yourself first. Secondly, focus on the action, the process versus frustration. Don't give more attention to anyone's negative behavior. And in this case, your partner, your spouse, them not taking care of themselves is a negative behavior. But don't let that seep into your goals. Don't let those as an excuse as to, oh, why I can't do it, because there's candy around me, because my children bring in candy. Well, you are an adult, we are adults now, and we have little more control. And if you start your day on a right foot, those temptations get easier to avoid. And of course, there's going to be uh, you are going to fall off the wagon. That's part of the process too. But don't feel frustrated and just not get back on the wagon. And number three, stress management through walking and some simple movements, like Shawna was saying. In my case, I just take bunch of garlic and whack it with
The
the back of
hammer.
the spoon, the hammer, or with the back of the spoon, and that way, that's my way of stress. I get my garlic ready for.
And your husband's like, why is it so loud in there? Oh,
He's happy that it's not him under the spoon. Then, but it's
the
garlic.
best.
So,
But yes, stress relief, so important.
exactly. So everybody out there who is trying to be, or who is on the wagon of staying healthy, but they feel their family is not on the wagon, don't leave the wagon. I say you become a driver of the wagon. I say that, instead of feeling, oh, poor me, feel, oh, I'm powered up, I'm a powered up me, and that's how this wagon is going to go forward. So, Shauna, thank you for coming and brainstorming some ideas, some comments, some strategies here. And tell us, everyone, where can they find you?
They can find me at shawnacoronado.com. That's my website. And I have a membership going on where you can join in and join all of us. We're all working on our health. And I work every day to go out there and help you, inspire you, keep you on the plan. So join me on my website.
All right. So, guys, please join Shauna's wagon, and we will we'll all stay up there, and we will pull those who have fallen off the wagon.
There you go.
So, thanks again, and we will see you all soon. Thank you.
Bye.